got it. No way, man. Roger that. Enemy troop! Running dry. Need ammo. Enemy forces over. Do you copy? Enemy forces over. Enemy units on the move. Position under control. Out. Enemy activity. Do you copy? All clear. Position enemy vehicle spotted. Over. Enemy unit. Enemy unit. Enemy sniper. Identified. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troops identified. Enemy troops identified. You got hostiles on the ground. Hostiles on the ground.
There is no commander on your team.
Position cleared and under control. We need reinforcing. You copy? Thanks. Enemy troop, help over here. Enemy units on the move. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troops running from hostile forces spotted. Over. Let's move. Roger that. Enemy units on the move. Move to this position. Enemy forces requesting ammunition. Over. Kill out. Hostile on the road. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy forces. Over. Hostile forces. Help over here. We need enemy. How about some help over here? Go! We need ammo. Requesting ammunition. Over. Enemy forces. Over. Enemy troops identified. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy forces. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy requesting reinforcements. Spotted. Over. Enemy forces. Over. Requesting reinforcements. Over. Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Hey, thanks. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces. Over. Damn it, sorry. New commander. Requesting ammunition. Over. Enemy forces. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. We need ammo. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Over. Hostiles on the ground. Outpost is being overrun. Hey, I need a ride. Quick, jump in. Move to this position. Enemy active. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Being overrun. Enemy sniper. Enemy car. Enemy car spotted. Hostile troops identified. Do you copy? Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry 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 spotted. Reinforcements. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy troops. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Word. Squad. Need ammo. Requesting reinforcement. Requesting unmanned enemy units on the move. Thanks. I owe you one. Negative. Artillery. Enemy infantry. Enemy spotted. Over. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Over. Infantry spotted. Over. Enemy sniper. Enemy hostiles on the ground. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy troop. Enemy troop. Enemy infantry sniper, enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. We need ammo. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. We need ammo. Requesting ammunition. Enemy spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Sorry, man. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy infantry cars. Enemy forces spotted. Good deal, thanks. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy armor. Enemy force. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Requesting ammunition. Over. Requesting supply drop. Over. We got Roger that. Be advised that. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy activity. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces. Over. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy activity. Artillery. Enemy infantry. Hostile forces. Enemy infantry spotted. Man. Requesting ammunition. Over. Well done. Enemy hostile armor. Enemy units on the move. We got enemy infantry spotted. Enemy troops identified. You got good work. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Being overrun. Hostile forces over. Enemy forces over. We're losing this battle. Forces over. Move out. Attack here. Infantry spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy car. Enemy helicopter spotted. Identified. We got hostile. Enemy armor spotted. Enemy unit. Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy forces. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper. Enemy armor spotted. Enemy armor. Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Hey, thanks. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. You copy. Hostile forces spotted. Over. A bingo on ammo. Do you copy? Enemy armor spotted. Enemy armor spotted. Control of an outpost. Enemy spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy artillery. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy artillery. Enemy hostile forces spotted. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy cars. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy armor. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy armor spotted. Do you copy? Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy cars. Hostile forces. Enemy cars spotted. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy forces. Enemy armor spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy armor. Spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy car spotted. Enemy cars. Enemy forces on the road. Enemy forces over. forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry position. Hostile forces. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy we need repairs. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Vehicle spotted. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Well done. The enemy is in conceal. Need ammo. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy identified. Do you copy? Enemy hostile on the road. Enemy car spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Move to this position. Enemy car spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Medic to this position. Over. Enemy forces. Over. Medic to this position. Enemy infantry